Beaver Tales, welcome back, episode number 4. Today we're going to cover putting. Obviously the putter. I see so many people hitting balls on the driving range, practicing. They generally walk up, grab their driver, hit a bunch of balls, and never putt. Do we know that this club is used more than any other club in the bag? We're at least using it, well, generally, par 70, you're going to use this at least 2 strokes every single hole. Hopefully if your putting is you're doing well and you're chipping and your short game is good, maybe you're going to have some 1 putts in there, but ideally we want to stay away from those 3 putts. What I generally hear between speed and line, what is more important? And a lot of people fall in love with the line. They're so concerned with the line, and then I see them hitting putts 10 feet past the hole and 10 feet short of the hole. So I'll kind of show you something. Right here I have just a 10-foot putt, right? And I'm going to aim this way to the right and hit it horribly offline. So let's take a look here. Well, that wasn't horribly offline, but it was definitely offline. But if my speed is correct, say I was way offline, and my speed is correct, worst case scenario, I have a 2-foot putt. Now, if my speed is off, but I hit it really straight and right at the hole, but say I hit it way too hard, now I've got an 8-foot putt coming back. So if anybody ever asks you between speed and line, speed is definitely more important. One thing we want to do is when you're having a putt, I see so often that somebody just look behind the hole. So what do you do when you go to read a putt? You look behind the hole, and I want to see whether it goes left or right. To me, the most important part of reading a putt is whether the putt is uphill or downhill, and then I can gauge my speed. So if you ever have a green, there's generally a high side and a low side. If you look at this green falls off that way, so that's generally going to be the low side. I always want to get to the low side of the hole. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to look, and you can see whether it is uphill or downhill much better when you stand below the cup. So you always want to try to get below the cup so you can gauge whether it is an uphill putt or downhill putt, have a better idea of the speed, then you go ahead and hit the putt. Hopefully you make the putt, but if you miss it, you're going to have a kick in as opposed to a 10-footer coming back. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.